This is the recap of my week 5 of the Artist Way journey. The topic of week 5 was recovering the sense of possibility, and when I was reading the chapter, I really liked 2 quotes. The first one was, "Many of us made a virtue out of deprivation." I was guilty of this myself, when you have the feeling that if you're gonna prove to other people how you can get by having very little, by having the bare minimum, and you can still make it out and you can still survive, then you deserve a pat on the back. But the problem with this is that once we praise ourselves for depriving ourselves, we don't allow a lot of abundance into our life. And you just get addicted to this state of lack. The second quote was, "Afraid to appear selfish, we lose ourselves." And I was also guilty of that one, because I used to try to people please everyone. I was trying so hard to make sure that I am doing everything for everyone, that everyone is happy, everyone is taken care of. I was just giving and giving and giving, and everything was for others. But in that process, I just completely neglected myself. And by always looking at what others expected of me, what they wanted from me, I completely forgot to look at what I really want, and I lost myself completely. At one point of my life, I didn't know at all who I am, what I want, what is my passion, what I stand for, because I was always just blindly following what other people expected of me and what they wanted from me, and I was just looking at how can I please this person, instead of looking at how can I find my passion, how can I live my life true to me, how can I be content with my life. So that was for the chapter, and now for the exercises. I really liked that a lot of exercises from this week were connected with finding some kind of images that would represent your desires, and I already have a very full Pinterest board of my dream life, and sometimes I look at it and I kind of check if I'm following my values, what I want to have in life, what I want to create, and it's kind of like checking in with myself. And I actually added a few images because of the exercises of this week. Then there was an exercise that was about the biggest creative block. And I must say that for me, because I'm creating content, for me, sometimes I fear being seen. But then when I reflected on my fear, on my biggest block, I was sort of like, who gives a damn? This is such an absurd fear. Like, I am not gonna let other people who I don't even know to block me from what I want to do. I am overcoming this fear regularly by posting. We all fear something, and the great feeling is to stand in front of your fear and to overcome it. If something is easy, it's easy to do it. If something is connected with your fear and you have to overcome the fear, then the result of that action is so much more satisfying every single time. When it comes to the topic of this week, which was the recovering the sense of possibility, I actually didn't need to do that much. For me, the week 5 was so far the week that gave me the least. I just believe that if you are really acting on your true passion, and if you're really following what feels right to you in your heart, then I feel like you were destined to do that journey, and that you were destined to live in abundance and to kind of fulfill your purpose. And yeah, I believe that a lot of things are possible. You just need to put in effort and time and work a lot with your mind so you wouldn't sabotage yourself. When it comes to finished exercises, I finished all the exercises except for number 1. Morning pages, I did 6 out of 7. And I must say that past few weeks were kind of busy and very tiring. So I did a very calm artist date. I took my travel magazine and I was reading in a park. And it was so beautiful. I was just sitting there, chilling there, reading about Japan, about Greenland, about Kazakhstan. It was so beautiful. And I felt very joyful and kind of replenished when it comes to energy. So that was very nice. And that will be it for week 5. How was your week? Let me know in the comment section below. I hope that you had a lovely week and see you in week 6. Thank you for watching and bye!